Port Charles never slows down, but this week, December 1 through 5, explodes with long-awaited confessions, shocking homecomings, and emotional turning points that test loyalties across the board. From Curtis' emotional reckoning to Kevin's mysterious return, viewers are in for a roller coaster of heartbreak, redemption, and unanswered questions. Here's your extended 1,000-word weekly update filled with intrigue, passion, and the kind of twisty drama only General Hospital can deliver. Curtis can't hide the truth any longer. Monday opens with Curtis packing his living room, torn between fear and duty. For weeks, he's been carrying the weight of information he never meant to uncover, information that could destroy relationships and paint a dangerous target on the backs of people he loves. After receiving one more anonymous message warning him to keep quiet or else, Curtis finally decides that the only way out is through. The emotional confrontation happens when Jordan arrives unexpectedly. Their chemistry sparks the second she steps through the door, but the air quickly thickens when Curtis tells her they need to talk, really talk. He admits he's been keeping something from her, something about the investigation she thought was cold. Jordan braces herself, though she clearly didn't prepare for what comes out next. Curtis confesses that he's discovered the identity of the elusive informant behind the recent crime wave surge, and that person is someone dangerously close to the PCPD. Jordan reels, torn between disbelief and painful clarity. It explains the inconsistencies in several reports, the inexplicable delays, the missing files. It also confirms her worst fear. Someone in her inner circle is betraying them. Curtis, bracing for anger, finds instead a heartbreaking mix of gratitude and regret. Jordan tells him that his honesty might be the only thing that prevents the city from spiraling into absolute chaos. But it's clear this confession isn't without consequences. By week's end, Curtis becomes a target, and the threats stop being subtle. A ghost from the past, Kevin returns. As Port Charles buzzes about the escalating tension between the PCPD and organized criminal factions, another unexpected event shakes the foundation of GH itself. Kevin Collins steps back into town. His return, which begins Tuesday afternoon, is quiet, almost too quiet. He walks into the hospital with no warning, no fanfare, and no clear explanation. The staff is stunned, especially Elizabeth, who bumps into him first and nearly drops her chart. Kevin, looking exhausted and carrying an unsettling calm, tells her he's back for unfinished business. But before she can ask what that means, he's already moving down the hallway, leaving a trail of whispers behind him. Laura gets the real shock. Their reunion is emotional but tense. She asks the obvious question, "Where have you been?" Kevin answers with something that only deepens the mystery. He says he's been helping someone who needed him more than the world knew. No details, no names. Laura is torn between anger at his disappearance and relief that he's finally home. But her mayoral instincts tell her this is not just a personal matter. Kevin is hiding something. By midweek, Kevin pays an unexpected visit to Pentonville. The guard's reaction suggests he's not on any official visitor list. Whatever, or whoever, he's there to see is being kept under wraps. It raises more eyebrows when he leaves with a grim expression and immediately calls Laura, asking to meet with her privately before the truth comes out on its own. What truth? That remains a secret for now. Spencer's suspicion reignites. Wednesday brings a shift to younger Port Charles drama. Spencer, still struggling with resentments and heartbreak, finds himself drawn into Kevin's return in an unexpected way. He overhears two staff members talking about Kevin's unauthorized Pentonville visit. His curiosity spikes, especially considering family tension that never seems to die. Convinced Kevin is hiding something that could affect the Cassadines, Spencer begins to dig around. He ends up confronting Kevin at the worst possible moment. Emotion builds as Spencer demands answers. Kevin tries to explain that some secrets are meant to protect people, not harm them. But Spencer doesn't buy it. This confrontation plants seeds for a bigger reveal brewing later in the month, one that may tie Kevin's absence to a Cassadine plot no one saw coming. Sonny senses a storm coming. When Curtis confesses to Jordan, word travels quickly, maybe too quickly. By Thursday, Sonny catches wind that something big is shifting in Port Charles' criminal underworld. When Dex brings him a cryptic warning about a new player stepping into the shadows, Sonny immediately connects it to the strange uptick in threats around Curtis. Sonny and Curtis meet at the Metro Court in one of the week's most tense scenes. Curtis reveals that the informant he discovered is linked to an underground syndicate Sonny has crossed paths with before, one known for weaponizing people's secrets. Sonny, always 5 moves ahead, warns Curtis that confessions have consequences, especially when the wrong ears are listening. Their meeting ends with a silent agreement. They must work together. But Sonny can tell Curtis is still holding something back. It won't stay hidden for long. Ava gets the last word, for now. Ava isn't directly tied into the week's main investigations, but she inserts herself into several subplots with her usual sharp precision. After catching wind of Kevin's return, she has questions of her own. Ava confronts him at GH late Thursday night, demanding to know whether his disappearance had anything to do with past trauma involving Ryan. Kevin refuses to give her answers, but Ava's instincts are sharper than ever. She whispers one of the best lines of the week. Secrets have a way of clawing their way to the surface, especially in this town. Kevin's reaction suggests she's right. Friday cliffhanger. The threat arrives. The week closes with a bang, literally. Curtis receives a chilling package on his doorstep Friday evening. Inside is a single photograph of him and Jordan talking earlier in the week with a red X drawn over Curtis' face. No return address. No message. But the meaning is clear. At the same time, Kevin meets Laura at a quiet spot overlooking the harbor. He tells her there's something she needs to know before the police uncover it themselves. The screen fades as he begins. I didn't come back alone.